Hi guys, Alex here. Welcome back to an Alex's Shook reaction. And I am super excited because today we have a new video. This one is actually called A Heartbreaking Conversation with My Ex. Now, this is about to get juicy. I was going to do a video talking about Foodie today. I already recorded it. Maybe I'll put that up later if I have some time, but I kind of want to get in my new adult kiddie pool and relax. So maybe I'll get to editing that and put it up by tomorrow. But this just seems so dramatic. We're going to get to hear from Wifey today. Our girl is going to drag this breakup out, and honestly, I'm not mad about it at all. I'm actually super excited. I think Amber has really gotten pretty interesting in the past few weeks, even before the breakup. But before that, if we go a couple months back, it was like, girl, there was like nothing happening. So it's good to be back to my roots. It's so nostalgic. Let's just get right into it. I mean, shall we? That's not right.
All right, you guys, so Felina's here, and this is hard for the both of us, but...
Oh my goodness, it's like we're sitting in on their like couples therapy or something.
I asked her if she wanted to, you know, say her side or anything.
That makes sense because like Amber she has the mic on YouTube. Feline can't really say anything unless she were to make her own channel, right? So she is free to make her own channel and say whatever she wants, but that's a lot of work.
Because there are a lot of you who do like her.
There's no sides. Like, I don't feel like there's any sides to this breakup.
A side of gravy.
No, there's no sides, but I definitely want you to be able to use your voice. And this is the best way to do it. I went onto Instagram and...
I'm so mad that I can't see her Instagram anymore. Like, girl, just unblock me. What's the point? I thought we were friends.
These were the top questions. And Feline already went over them to decide if she wants to answer them or not. And she said they're all fine to answer because obviously I want her to be able to speak about what she wants to speak about, so.
Okay, so she must have asked people for questions on Instagram.
I don't remember a single one of those questions.
Do you want to go over them again?
No, it's fine. Just throw them at me.
Okay. So the first question is, will you be moving out of state as well?
Yeah. I think I just want a clean slate. I don't know where I'm going yet. Yeah, I mean, that's about it. I just know I'm moving. I don't know where.
That makes a lot of sense. I believe she's probably going to move back to New York. I think that that's where she's from. A lot of people think Amber's going to be moving near her mom in Oklahoma, but really Wifey can move wherever she wants.
I don't have a set date, but that's just a new adventure.
There's nothing left for them in Kentucky, though, either of them.
Yeah. I feel emotional.
No.
Amber's already crying. It's like 1 minute in.
We both keep going back and forth between numb and super emotional, and it's always on different times. When I'm emotional, she's numb. When I'm numb, she's emotional.
We haven't synced up our emotions yet.
No. Will you remain in each other's lives as friends?
I mean, we better.
We absolutely better.
100%.
Okay, so they're willing to be friends post breakup. I believe the same thing was said about Becky, though. Like, they claimed that they were going to remain friends, and that didn't happen. Amber doesn't even really talk to Becky. Becky had to come onto YouTube to address how she felt about how Amber was talking about her on the Destiny live stream. Things could definitely change in the future, but it's good to know that at least right now that's where their head's at. They're not thinking about dissing each other. Amber could down the line expose Feline. Feline could expose Amber, but I just don't see that happening right now.
I mean, that's still my best friend. Like,
Oh,
They're still besties.
who cries?
you want to be honest? I literally thought that you were going to be the one to cry during this.
I don't know. I'm like, I feel very detached
So it's been working.
in this moment of time.
That's the same thing that basically Amber said, that she was so detached from the situation or reality. She's already detached from reality.
You know, I have my moments where
Yeah.
I'm crying.
Moments.
Like you said, I have my moments where I'm numb. But yeah, this moment, it just feels like a surreal.
Yeah. And what I mean by it's working is like, because I'm the one who kind of made the rules. No sleeping in the bed together.
Amber's the one that made that rule that they shouldn't sleep in the same bed. I mean, that's the opposite of what Amber did in the past, right? Oof.
All right. Next question.
Feline wanted to get some love, some loving.
Will you keep the tattoos you got that have to do with Amber?
Answer this.
Yeah. I mean, I don't see a reason not to.
She's still going to keep them. I would think that she would probably get like a cover up. Imagine having your ex's handwriting on you. I just can't do it. But if they do end on good terms, I guess it's not as bad as if you had this huge, horrible breakup, ended on horrible terms, and still had like the person's name on your body. You would have to get that covered up right away.
My tattoos are a story of my life, my journeys, and people in my life.
Journey.
And yeah, Amber may not be my partner anymore, but she's still someone I love. That doesn't change. No, I'm not just going to erase her.
Do you think it's going to be hard to see the tattoos, though? Because I can't even imagine.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be... Yeah.
Just being brought back to those memories every single time you look at your own body.
A whole new adjustment when we're not living together.
Like, once we say our...
Yeah.
I was going to say final goodbyes, but I don't think it's that.
I don't think it's final goodbyes. I told you that.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
It's just going to be us not living together anymore.
In two completely different states.
They're going to be so far away. They're not really going to see each other. I just see them kind of drifting apart because that's what happens when you're states away. I can't imagine doing like a long distance relationship. Friendship is one thing, but a long distance lover, it's just not for me.
But you love to travel. So.
Travel
I'll
back
make
to...
my way to you at some point.
I was going to say Kentucky, but...
Yes, you will. In your words, why did the breakup happen?
In my words, I
This
feel
is
like
deep.
this is probably the most adult relationship I've ever had.
Really? It's her most adult relationship. That says a lot because we know how immature Amber is.
There was a lot of growth on both ends.
But maybe Wifey did take Amber in the right direction, right? I mean, they're not sleeping together in the bed. That's one like step forward. But we also saw Amber talking to Destiny, and it just seemed like the same behavior from Amber that we have seen in the past. So growth in some ways.
There was a lot of growth on both ends. And as you grow, sometimes you just realize you need different things than what you may have originally thought you needed.
She just wasn't happy staying in the apartment with Amber forever.
And that's what it came down to. We don't give each other what we need.
They don't give each other what they need. So Wifey, is she admitting that she wasn't able to support Amber during this weight loss journey? Maybe she like just wasn't used to dealing with someone who was super obese. She wasn't able to comfort Amber in these times. We know that Amber, regardless of whatever girlfriend she's with, Amber's going to do what Amber wants. Amber's going to order what Amber wants. I mean, she lives in Lexington. She has access to the full Uber Eats. It doesn't matter if she has a car or not. Amber's going to get what Amber wants, whether that's on Amazon, Uber Eats, DoorDash. It doesn't matter. No one's holding her back. No one's holding her hand, and she'll have a fit. We know that from Destiny.
In not all senses. That's not in all senses, but in enough sense that we just realized we may not be the best for each other.
These girls found some sense. That's new.
Or at least in the capacity of a relationship. Like, there was no animosity. There is no animosity. At least from my end, there's no ill will.
I still think my thing is that Wifey brought it up, and then Amber kind of said like that's okay and went along with it, and then spinned it as like mutual. That's what happened. My opinion. Allegedly.
We're still in love. Like, I still love her. But sometimes that's just not enough.
They keep saying that, like, love is not enough. That's been the theme of this breakup.
To push a relationship through.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about that? Love is not enough. I can understand that perspective. Maybe you don't have the means to build the future that you want, or maybe your families don't get along. Did you guys ever deal with that? That's really hard when your partner doesn't get along with your family, or maybe your family doesn't get along with their family. That can be really difficult and put a lot of strain on a relationship. But it's really up to those two to decide whether they should, Romeo and Juliet, right? The most famous love story of all time.
You know?
We saw how that ended, though.
I've tried to explain that, and some people don't believe in mutual breaking up, and it is a thing. It's when two people agree to go their separate ways, and we
Yeah, you agreed, but Wifey brought it up allegedly.
agree on that, as painful as it is.
I mean, I guess to those people, like, you're, in a sense, lucky that you've never had to experience that.
Yeah, because it's a different type of pain,
This
for
is
sure.
definitely a different.
We're lucky. That's giving like Amber vibes. You're just lucky you didn't have to deal with this if you don't understand.
Pain. Because, you know, if you end things on bad terms, you can wipe that person from your life and just move on. But it's like,
Especially if you're not in love with them anymore.
yeah.
Amber was not in love with Becky. Remember, she even admitted that she wasn't even in love with Becky. Like, that relationship was of convenience. Amber stuck with her because she couldn't really go anywhere else, especially when she was up at 572.4. You know, she was dealing with this unfound cancer, right? She was dealing with that. And where would she have gone? She had to stay with Becky pretty much. It's a sad relationship on both ends. And Becky stayed with Amber because she had no job and no way to support herself without Amber. So it was such a relationship of convenience.
And it's like, you can just move on, move forward, and that's that. But when you're still in love with a person, it's like, you have to make that unselfish decision to say, I'm not what you need. And I will say, it's probably one of the most mature things I've ever done.
Yeah. So the next question was actually, are you still in love with Amber Lynn?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. I love her with all my heart.
If you could turn back time, what would you do?
Is it like a romantic love, or does she love her in like a sister friendship kind of way? Like, she wants to see the best for Amber Lynn. I feel like a lot of people, despite all the criticism that they throw Amber's way, I know me, myself, I want to see the best for Amber at the end of the day. I don't want to see something bad happen to her. Not ever.
Differently?
There's a lot of things I would do differently.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Amber's the type of person to say she would do nothing differently, even though she made so many mistakes. We can always do stuff better.
I would have made sure I was in a better place emotionally, mentally.
Before rushing into this relationship. I mean, we don't know if Wifey was with somebody, you know, but Amber, you know, her and Becky had just broken up.
Before entering this relationship.
She moved in another caretaker. Now, will Amber need a caretaker? Now that she doesn't have a girlfriend, do you think that she'll move on really quickly? Is there already somebody that she's talking to in the DMs? And will she set that criteria that if you're going to be my girlfriend, you have to be on, or at least willing to be on some YouTube videos and put yourself out there despite the criticism? I mean, that is quite the role to fill. Even if you're not on, people will dig and try to find as much information as they can on Amber Lynn's girlfriends.
Yeah.
It's part of being a public figure. It happens to a lot of people. Not saying that it's like great.
I'm still at a point in my life where I'm growing and changing from year to year.
Week to week. Me too, though.
Yeah. And I think when we first started dating, I thought I was like in a good spot. I was taking medication for mental health, going to therapy regularly.
Is it something like that? Is she dealing with mental health issues? We know that her mental health issues were very exasperated by being in this relationship with Amber, and she continues to struggle with that, probably because of some of the things that happened in their relationship. Not that that's completely to blame. Of course, she lost her mother and dealt with some other personal issues, but, you know, Amber definitely didn't help, and her continuing to trash Becky didn't help.
I had felt the best I've felt in my adult life, and I thought, like, it can't get any better than this, but there was still a lot of things I needed to work on.
There's always some improvement to be made, especially if you're like 30. I know.
Yeah.
And I know you saw that firsthand.
Yeah. Both of us have a lot we have to work on.
Ooh.
Yeah.
You're going to be the one that got away.
Oh, please. Oh, please.
I thought Destiny was the one that got away.
Because I think about that saying where it's just like, we're right for each other, but like not right now. you know, and you never know what the future holds.
That's it. You never know what the future holds.
You
In the
never know.
future, they could always get back together.
Who fucking knows?
Okay, so
If I was Amber, I would be very careful about looking for this next girlfriend. I mean, we didn't know Wifey's true intentions. That always came up. Like, how much did she know about Amber Lynn? What was this about? Was she trying to get in on that YouTube money? Of course, now we can see that she wasn't, you know, because she didn't even make a channel. She didn't even come on. She didn't use Amber's platform to boost her own social media numbers at all. So we can say that she didn't get with Amber for like fame. LOL fame.
next question is, how are you feeling?
And it's been a rough few days.
That first day, especially, like, because I told them about you
Especially.
drinking and how scary that was.
Yeah, I'm not very good at.
That was like a downward spiral.
I'm not an emotional person. Amber is definitely the emotional one out of the two of us.
Yes,
That is like the worst decision you can make. I mean, drinking, right?
I am.
I bottle up my emotions until I can't take it anymore.
It just really exaggerates those emotions. Wifey admits that she keeps her emotions bottled up. Well, hitting that bottle unleashed all of her emotions. That must have been a very scary experience to deal with all of that at once. When people say that you're, quote, your true self when you're drinking, I don't think that's true at all. I don't think that's true at all.
That first day, I definitely pushed everything down until it just came out in the worst way possible. But I've been allowing myself to cry. I've been allowing myself to sit in those sad moments.
She seems to have more of a tough exterior, right?
Not stay there, but just sit for a moment.
Not to like psychoanalyze too much, but perhaps she had a difficult childhood as well.
And actually talking about it, like, talking about it with you has been fairly therapeutic,
Really?
I will say.
Yeah. Even as painful as it is, I feel like that's probably a good thing to talk about it, you know? And I'm proud of you, because I know through our whole relationship, it's hard for you to express your feelings.
Yeah. I mean, it's like we're grieving the same thing. It's like I still feel like, you know, even though this is our breakup, I still feel like you're on my side,
Of course.
you know?
And you're on mine.
Of course.
It's the end of their relationship. I mean, this is a huge change. For the past couple of years, Wifey lived with Amber in Lexington. Amber lived in Lexington for the past like 3 years, but she was also in Kentucky for even more years. And this is about to change pretty much everything for Wifey's life. Amber's life. We're finally going to see her outside of Kentucky for the first time in a long time. Things are about to get interesting to see how she deals with this going forward.
I know a lot of people don't get it.
And that's okay.
You don't
Will
have
she move on quickly?
They didn't live it, and it's fine.
Yeah, because like people say, we don't know Feline. We didn't know your guys' relationship. Like,
That's true, though, because we didn't really get to see Feline. We got to see little glimpses into the dynamics of their relationships, like the baby kind of thing, and their little inside jokes. They would give each other a lot of gifts. That was a thing. I mean, Amber would buy her something from Amazon like once a week, and so would Wifey. That was a big part of their relationship, was the gift giving. Perhaps people had accused either one of them of love bombing with the gifts.
that's what I try to get across to people, is that like what you see on camera isn't my full life. What's important to me.
Well, we know that. I mean, it's only like 10 minutes. Well, 10 to 20 minutes, depending on the length of her vlog. And it's clearly highly edited. The live stream, Amber, I feel like that's more of her everyday personality, even though she wants to claim it's not. It's more so her everyday personality, right? Because these videos are so edited. Now, this one is not as edited as much. It seems like a pretty normal conversation, but I can tell that Amber's censoring herself a little bit, holding back a little bit, because she knows it's going to go up on YouTube. She knows that people are going to criticize everything that she says.
Is you. And
It's not really
I
real.
protected your privacy for so long, and I'm going to continue to do so. But by doing that, they didn't get to see the beauty in us. They didn't see the fun. They didn't see the love.
Does that mean that Amber was kind of upset that she wasn't able to share that, or that was just a thing? Like I said, will she make sure that the next girlfriend wants to be on camera? Does she care about that? Does Amber want all the attention for herself so she doesn't, care if her girlfriend's on camera? I know that sometimes Becky would be talking and Amber would seem as if she's not even paying attention.
And that's okay.
I hate to bring up Becky so much, but it's the only relationship. Well, it's not the only relationship, but it's the most recent relationship that we have had insight into and really seen the dynamics, and it wasn't good.
But
And there was a lot of that.
there was a lot.
There was a lot of that.
Yes.
I liked their banter. Wifey and Amber had some banter.
Even now,
That's
there's
fun.
still laughter and
Not so serious all the time. I couldn't do that.
stupid inside jokes.
I'm a jokester.
Yeah.
And I only expect that to continue.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
But no relationship is perfect.
Nope.
I really do commend you for acknowledging,
Definitely not this one.
what you need.
I mean,
What you
same.
need. So that's interesting. Wifey admits here that Amber acknowledged what she needed. Perhaps Amber admitted that Wifey wasn't giving her that support in this weight loss journey. She came on and threw Becky under the bus by saying Wifey's so much more supportive. But like I said, perhaps that wasn't really the TTTTT behind the scenes. Amber has to really do this herself. And, it's not up to her partner to hold her up. Of course, they can be supportive. Of course, they can have her back, but they can't force her to do anything for several reasons. Because Amber's going to do what she's going to do, and because it's her life and she's in control.
I mean, same. So the last question. Is there anything else you want to say or you want to add or whatever it may be? This isn't the last time you guys are going to hear from Feline, by the way, because we do have some months together. And I'm going to start vlogging again. I don't want it to be awkward.
I do wonder if Amber wasn't, or if they weren't in love with each other anymore romantically, because we have heard they love each other. They claim to still be in love, but when she was with Becky, they weren't in love for several years. I think they were only in love for the first year of their relationship, if that. I kind of doubt that relationship was ever really genuine outside of a convenience situation type deal. So maybe they're just not romantically feeling it anymore. Just going through the motions, living together. That 7-year itch, even though it's only been 2.
For her to be, her limbs to be part of my vlog still. So
Her limbs.
we just want to make it very clear that this is not, I mean, it's dramatic, but it's not the type of drama that I think people
It's dramatic, but it's not drama.
want
them to trash each other.
or they're looking for.
I mean, that's more entertaining, as Amber says, but I'm here for the truth. I'm here for the real. I don't want anything manufactured or fake.
So yeah, anyways, is there anything else that you'd like to say?
You're a good
If
person.
If it's fake, I don't want it, It doesn't matter how entertaining it is. Look at Nick Ocado. Nobody really cares because it's all fake. There is some truth to some of the things because obviously his weight gain, his weight loss, that's been real. But everything else has been fake.
Thank you. That was random. I was not expecting that.
You're a good person, she says.
So are you.
No, but you're a genuinely good person. I've never.
Did she tell Wifey to say that specifically because of all the allegations from Destiny with the problematic behavior, how she handled situations? Of course, Amber was a lot younger with Destiny. I mean, although we've seen glimpses of similar behavior even recently on the phone with Destiny, right? But if I said I was the same person I was 7 years ago, I'd be totally lying. I'm a completely different person. I act completely different.
So you got me emotional.
I see the tears. They're starting.
I've never had someone show me what I'm worth,
Oh,
I guess.
you're worth so much. Why this is happening? Because you deserve the world.
You know, with the things that Amber has gone through, people are generally really sympathetic to these things. But I think Amber, with her smug attitude, the things that come out and the things that we learn about what she has done behind the scenes, it just leads people to forget their sympathy bone. But I think generally people are really sympathetic to heartbreak, to addiction. You know, IRL, people can be a-holes about these things, but I think there are a lot of nice people out there. You got to take the good with the bad.
And sadly, right now, because of circumstances, I can't give you that. You know?
And I can't give you that.
I know.
And Wifey can't give her it either.
But we can be
What's that
best
about?
friends and we can be in each other's lives. You know?
I don't know. Do you guys see this friendship relationship lasting? I don't, especially because what we have seen. I mean, her and Destiny were able to remain friends for quite a while, even throughout her relationship with Becky. And I believe she still speaks to Crystal, which was her girlfriend before Destiny. And because I remember them doing like a Christmas gift exchange
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's...
recently.
You're just a good person. Like, I know there's people out there who just want to see the character of Amberlynn, but...
She plays into that character, girl. Let's not forget that.
behind the scenes and off camera, you're a good person.
Amber often takes advantage of that character to spark outrage, to increase her views. I know her tells. I know when she's trolling.
And I'm excited to see your growth in the next phase of your life.
Yeah.
Is Wifey going to be watching reaction channels? I mean, Amber's channel?
And I'm hoping you do take the time to just learn about you more.
Learn and grow.
Stop lying. You're gonna be a jealous ex. You just want me to be single. I'm just kidding.
Get the fuck out of here.
See, we be joking still.
Get
No,
the fuck out of here.
Jealous and bitter. I did see someone in the comment section wondering if Wifey broke up with her because she saw what Destiny was doing and wanted to get on and get a piece of that pie. I think that if that was the reason, that would say a lot about Wifey. That would make her look like a really bad person if she jumped to expose Amber to make a little bit of coin on YouTube. Because let's be real here, she's not going to get many views outside of like the first couple of days from that kind of video. The reaction channels would be the one cashing in on that drama. So if she did do something like that, I think that would say a lot about her character. I don't see that happening, especially because, like I said, she didn't even take advantage of Amber's internet notoriety at all.
I don't think I've ever wanted to be single this bad in my life.
In fact, she didn't want it at all. But, you know, people found out who she was, but she didn't want to be found out. She didn't want like followers.
I've been single since I was 16. Like when you really realistically think about it,
She hasn't
I've
been.
always either been in a relationship or I've been talking to somebody, but I don't want that.
I've seen that. I've seen people ask about that. Like, when was the last time Amber was single? When was the last time she lived alone? She hasn't lived alone for a very long time, aside from a couple of weeks after Destiny broke up with her before she moved on with Becky. She had that apartment to herself for a short period of time.
I want to see who I am as a single individual.
I think that's
Same
good.
here.
That's going to be interesting for us.
I'm actually excited to see Amber trying to move on alone without the help of somebody else. I don't know if I see that happening because we have seen her jump from girlfriend to girlfriend to girlfriend. So I don't know. Will she need a caretaker as well? Or is she going to be moving near her mother? Will her mother be able to help her? I'm not sure. There are some people that are a little bit worried for the mom because she's obviously in recovery. Will having Amber around be detrimental to her recovery? I don't know. I don't know too much about Amber's mom and, you know, her situation, but we shall see.
To find that, you know.
Yeah.
It will be interesting to see her single, though, for the first time in a long time. Hopefully we do get some side character friends. That's what I'm wishing for. Or family.
I haven't been single in a while.
Side
I mean,
character
there are
family.
periods of time where I'm single. But, you know, I want some extended period
Yeah.
of time.
It's going to be good for you.
Just to find yourself and who you are as a single woman, honey.
Yeah. It's going to be a time of growth, time of reflection.
Mm-hmm.
It's always been Amber and Becky, Amber and Destiny, Amber and Crystal, Amber and Wifey. It's never been just Amber Lynn. And now it
It's
is.
going to be weird for me and hard, but it's going to be interesting because, like, I've noticed, like, especially in the last, like, maybe 4 years of my life, I like to be alone. Like, I like my alone time.
I love my alone time. Like when I'm going on vacation to visit family in like Florida, by the end of the week, I just want to put myself in my bedroom and be alone for a while and just read my books, watch my YouTube, watch my internet TV. Just give me my alone time. See, I don't even know if I want to be in a relationship where you're with someone at all hours. I'll give it a try.
You know?
See, don't go crazy with that.
I mean, yes,
Don't get
I
it.
love being near you. I love.
Yeah, there's like definitely a healthy balance there with isolation versus me time. You know, there's a thin line between isolation and me time.
Being near you. That doesn't change. But, like, you know, those couple of times where you went to see your family and I was here, like, I loved that alone time, you know?
Did she even like tell us when that happened? Because back when she was with Becky, Amber would have a fit when Becky would go visit her family and leave her alone. I remember there was that video of her eating like 2 turkey sandwiches, talking to Eric in the background, and you could tell that she was kind of over it. Like she wanted to be snarky because Becky left her and she threw a fit.
I think you need some alone time.
And Becky's mom was going through like, we know what she was going through, cancer. And Amber still threw a fit. Then she was spending time with her. She knew that she probably didn't have that much time, possibly. And Amber still, so selfish.
Oh, absolutely. You as well.
I do. Yeah, I just need to figure out where I'm going to settle. I mean, maybe I'll hop from place to place for a little bit.
Got to be a little realistic,
I
but
feel that. I want to hop from place to place.
we're going to figure it out. You're a free spirit.
Realistic.
This isn't the end
Yeah, she's living like the life of a free spirit.
of us.
It's just a new chapter.
It's just a new chapter. It hurts, but I feel like it'll be worth it, hopefully, in the end.
I can only see good things coming from this.
Yeah.
I honestly think it will be good for Amber to be single for a while and really grow as a person without this relationship. It hasn't been something that she really lived for very long. Just a couple of weeks in 2017.
Same.
That's
Wow,
not
that
enough
was
time.
Depressing.
Stop right now.
Over here crying, you're crying.
I know you ended up crying, you emotional thing. Where did this emotion come from?
You must have put some teardrops up in my eyes.
Yeah, that's what
I
it
wasn't
was.
looking.
That's what it was.
I'm living for like the honesty. You know, we don't get too much of that from our girls.
Something in the air making my eyes water. That's all it is.
Whatever. It's the chemtrails.
Don't get me started, because you know I.
Although there's still like a spin, right? So does she get the conspiracy theories from Wifey? Remember Amber said she thought like the earth was flat. Weigh in on that in the comments down below. But don't fight, please.
I'll go off on some sort of conspiracy.
Oh my god, we should start a podcast.
Oh my god.
Conspiracy Lynn with Wifey. Let's get a podcast.
Absolutely nobody would understand what we're talking about.
No.
There would be like a select few people who are like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, I know a lot of the conspiracies. Like, I like to get into that. I think it's just like fun. I don't take it too seriously. I'm not like one of the wackadoodles, but I do find it interesting to hear the conspiracy theories. You just have to be like careful to realize, like, you know, this isn't fact. Rein it in, rein it in. Don't make this your life.
Anyways, thank you, Feline, for, using your voice to just share your side. We've had a few days to reflect, and I definitely feel a lot more level-headed and clear-headed versus how I felt a couple days ago. So that's good. And I think you're feeling the same way. I can kind of tell.
It's starting to sink in.
I feel like
Haven't fully digested it yet, but it's
Let that sink in. Did you guys see the memes on Twitter? It's like a sink at a door. Okay.
starting to sink in.
yeah, the situation is going to be like an onion. And right now,
Yeah.
So many layers, girl, like Shrek.
I think we're just slowly getting into the second layer.
Shrek, girl.
Speaking of onions,
What?
can we watch Shrek?
I knew I wasn't the only one.
If you guys want to know a random fact about Feline, Shrek is her favorite movie. She's seen it like maybe 300 times. So, random fact.
But you won't watch it with me.
I
Whatever.
haven't seen it in a while.
I can't watch any movies. My attention span, I don't.
Don't play with.
I feel that though from Amber. Like I was trying to watch Cruel Summer. Have you guys seen that? It's on Freeform. I loved the first season, but I just can't get into this new one. I'm so distracted by my phone. I need to just put it away.
We've watched movies. You had me watch Krampus.
You fell asleep halfway through.
It was so bad.
You didn't get to see the gingerbread men.
Yes, I did. It was down the chimney.
No. I'm talking when they're trying to kill, and then like the creepy thing in like the basement.
Oh no, I slept through all that.
Yeah,
Oh,
you did.
Krampus.
Anyways, we're gonna probably take a nap. Neither of us have been sleeping very good. She's on the
Together in the same bed.
couch. I'm in the bedroom, where a lot of wonderful moments went down. So it's hard. Sorry, TMI. I mean, in all. Sorry. So it's just hard for me to, sleep in the bed. But
Poor wifey. She's stuck on the couch. Like, isn't that bad for her back? Didn't she have back problems or something?
so I think we're both gonna take a nap, and then we have some grocery shopping we have to do. So, all right, you guys. We will see you later, and thank you, Feline, for just being great.
Yes, Wifey Speaks Out.
Oh, me. You know you're the great one.
No, stop. See, everything's gonna be okay.
It's gonna be okay.
Best friends for life.
You're stuck with me.
Bye, guys.
All right, you guys, what did you think of that video from Wifey and Amber Lynn? We finally got to hear a little bit from Feline/Wifey's side of the story and what was going through her head through this relationship. She kind of seems to be going along with Amber's mutual narrative. Now, I still don't know if that is the truth or, like I said, Wifey is the one who brought it up and Amber kind of coaxed her into spinning it that way. That's just my opinion. But I am excited to see Amber Lynn live this single life. She might have some girlfriends lining up in the Instagram, so she might convince us that this is real love this time with this new Instagram girlfriend. She could be moving her in before Feline gets her stuff out. Wouldn't that be the plot twist of the century? Or will Amber work on herself, single as a Pringle? I'd love to see it with side characters. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below, and I will, of course, catch you guys in the next one. All right, bye, guys.